Zverev advances to the Australian Open final after Djokovic retires due to injury in semi-final. Novak Djokovic, a 24-time Grand Slam champion, retired from his Australian Open semi-final against Alexander Zverev on Friday due to a muscle tear in his left leg. After Zverev clinched a grueling 81-minute first set in a tiebreaker, Djokovic, who was wearing heavy strapping on his left thigh, walked to the net, shook hands with Zverev, and conceded the match, confirming Zverev's place in Sunday's final. The crowd at Rod Laver Arena booed Djokovic as he headed toward the locker room, prompting the Serbian to respond with two thumbs up. Speaking to reporters afterward, Djokovic expressed his disappointment. "I did everything I could to manage the muscle tear," he said. Medications, the strap, and physiotherapy helped, but by the end of that first set, the pain kept worsening. "It became too much to handle. Even if I had won the first set, I knew it would have been a huge uphill battle to keep up with him physically." Zverev, who will compete in his first Australian Open final, took a moment to address the crowd's booing in his on-court interview. "Please, don't boo a player when he's injured," he said. "Novak has won this tournament with an abdominal tear and a hamstring injury. Show some respect." Djokovic, who was aiming for a record 11th Australian Open title, injured his leg during his quarter-final win against Carlos Alcaraz earlier in the week. This marks the second time in a year that Djokovic has been forced to retire from a Grand Slam due to injury, having withdrawn from last year's French Open with a knee issue. Reflecting on his injury struggles, Djokovic said, "I've been injured quite a bit in recent years. I'm not worried, but the statistics are against me." He remains determined to continue competing for more Grand Slam titles. Djokovic plans to further assess his injury upon returning to Europe, where he will consult with his medical team. He remains hopeful to recover in time for the upcoming Doha tournament, but that depends on how his muscle heals.